Hello all, I am Vijayendra Reddy, Current Affairs faculty. In today's video lecture, we will see some major international and sports events that happened from December 1st to 10th, 2017. First, we will see some international events. There is one very famous magazine called Foreign Policy, and this Foreign Policy has released the list of 50 leading global thinkers, and in this Foreign Policy magazine's 50 leading global thinkers list, the topper is Kamala Harris, an Indian American woman. So, who topped this Foreign Policy magazine's 50 global leading thinkers list? It is Kamala Harris, an Indian American woman, and currently Kamala Harris is the senator of California state in America. In fact, she is the first Indian American to be elected to the Senate in the year 2016. In fact, in America, the parliament is called Congress, the upper house is called Senate, and the lower house is called the House of Representatives. There are so many Indian Americans for the lower house, that is for House of Representatives, but for the first time an Indian American, and that a woman, was elected in 2016 elections, and her name is Kamala Harris, and she is currently the California state senator, and she belongs to Democratic Party, and she is in the news once again because she topped Foreign Policy magazine's 50 leading global thinkers list. In this list, another Indian American woman is figured, and her name is Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley is currently in Donald Trump's cabinet, and Nikki Haley is American ambassador to the United Nations organization. So, remember both these Indian American women, Kamala Harris topping the list, currently California state senator, and Nikki Haley, Indian American woman, in a very good position in Donald Trump's cabinet, American ambassador to the United Nations. And in this Foreign Policy magazine's list, one more person you remember, his name is Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Macron's name is also there in this list. He is the present president of France. So, French President Emmanuel Macron is also there in the list of Foreign Policy magazine's 50 leading global thinkers list. From Foreign Policy magazine, we will move to another magazine called, which is more famous. In fact, it is called Time. It's another American very famous magazine. So, Time magazine every December releases the person of the year. So, a person who has influenced the world in the whole year, that person's name is declared as the person of the year, and in 2016 December it was Donald Trump, but who was declared as the person of the year for this year 2017? It is not an individual, but surprisingly the person of the year is the Silence Breakers. So, the Time magazine's 2017 person of the year is the Silence Breakers. As far as this Time magazine is concerned, what is this, the phrase the Silence Breakers refer to? It refers to women and men who have come forward to shed light on the sexual harassment in America. So, those entire people, they are considered as the Silence Breakers. So, who came forward to fight this sexual harassment in America, and that group, or that is the Silence Breakers, declared as the person of the year by Time magazine. And the runner-up in this year's person of the year is American President Donald Trump. So, remember, absolutely important, the Silence Breakers is the Time magazine's person of the year for the year 2017. Then American President Donald Trump has taken another controversial decision, and he has recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. First, I will tell you why it has become so controversial. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, but no country has recognized it as the capital because eastern part of Jerusalem is claimed by Palestinians as their capital. That means Jerusalem is a bone of contention between both Israel and Palestine. And in fact, all the countries have their embassies in another Israel city called Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is a very big financial center in Israel. So, all these countries' embassies are located in Tel Aviv. So, this problem has been going on for many decades, but suddenly Donald Trump has reversed American policy, saying that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel, and it has angered the Arab world. And in fact, Donald Trump also announced that he will shift American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem very soon. So, all these declarations have angered the Arab world, including America's closest friend Saudi Arabia. And Jerusalem is a holy place for three religions. It is a holy place for Jews, Christians and Muslims. So, it has been a bone of contention. So, remember this, all these points. Where is Jerusalem? Jerusalem is in Israel. And which country has recognized it as the capital of Israel recently? It is America. Whereas Tel Aviv is the financial center in Israel, and Israel is the only Jewish country in the world. That means Jews are in majority in Israel, and Israel's prime minister is Benjamin Netanyahu. Then another very important news, it is in fact a very good news for India and very important for all competitive exams, that is Iran has inaugurated Chabahar port, which is located on the Gulf of Oman. In what way it is related to India, I will tell you. India can now bypass Pakistan, and India can transport goods to Afghanistan bypassing Pakistan through this Chabahar port. In fact, this Chabahar port in Iran is developed by India. So, what is happening now is India had to persuade Pakistan to allow Pakistan's land route to transport goods to Afghanistan, because Afghanistan is a landlocked country. Now, India is not required to persuade Pakistan. India can now bypass Pakistan, and through Chabahar port in Iran we can transport our goods to Afghanistan. So, it will increase our trade with Afghanistan. Not only with Afghanistan, we can improve our trade with other landlocked Central Asian countries. So, this Chabahar port is strategically and commercially it is very important for our country, and in fact, it was inaugurated on December 3rd, 2017 by Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. Hassan Rouhani is Iran president, and this inaugural ceremony was attended from India by Minister of State for Shipping Pon Radhakrishnan. He is Minister of State for Shipping Pon Radhakrishnan. He has participated, or he has represented India in this Chabahar port inauguration, which was inaugurated by Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. Not only this, but Chabahar port is also very important because it can act as a counter to Gwadar port, which is located in the Balochistan province of Pakistan. In fact, this Chabahar port is very near to Pakistan. Gwadar port is built in Balochistan province of Pakistan by China. So, that is why this Chabahar port will act as a counter to Pakistan's Gwadar port. So, remember all these points, but do not get confused between these two ports. Chabahar port is in Iran, very important for our country, strategically located, because we can do more business with Afghanistan and other landlocked Asian countries, and it is developed by India. Whereas Gwadar port is located in the Balochistan province of Pakistan. It is developed by China. So, this is Chabahar and that is Gwadar port in Pakistan. So, both are very important for your competitive exams. And another very good news for India in the international arena is India has been re-elected for another 2 years in the International Maritime Organizations Council or IMO Council. International Maritime Organization is located in London, UK, and it is an agency of the United Nations which is responsible for the safety and security of shipping all over the world. So, IMO is an agency of United Nations and India has been re-elected for another 2 years, and India is re-elected in the category B for developing countries. That means India will represent developing countries in the IMO Council. And you also remember Union Minister of Shipping is Nitin Gadkari. So, this is also very important. Question can be, where is IMO located? This IMO, that is International Maritime Organization, is located in London. Or which country is re-elected for another 2 years? It is India. Or who is Union Minister of Shipping? Nitin Gadkari. And or which UN specialized agency is responsible for the safety and security of shipping? Then it is IMO, International Maritime Organization. Then in the international events, Yemen's former president was killed in a fighting in the capital Sana'a on December 4th, 2017, and his name is Ali Abdullah Saleh. I will repeat his name. Yemen's former president Ali Abdullah Saleh, he was killed in a fighting in Yemeni's capital of Sana'a. In fact, he ruled Yemen for more than 3 decades, that is for more than 30 years he was the president of Yemen, but unfortunately killed in a fighting which happened in the capital Sana'a. He was killed by Houthi rebels, and in fact Yemen is considered as the poorest Arab country. So, what is the capital of Yemen? It is Sana'a. Or name the former president of Yemen who was killed by the rebels recently. Then the answer is Ali Abdullah Saleh. Or in which country Houthi rebels operate? It is Yemen. Or which is the poorest country in the Arab world? It is Yemen. So, these are the important international events that happened from December 1st to 10th, 2017. Now, we will move to sports. First, we will see some football events. The 2018 World Cup football or the 2018 FIFA World Cup football will be played in June-July 2018 in Russia. And most people must be knowing this fact that Russia is going to host the 2018 FIFA World Cup football. Why am I telling now is on December 1st, 2017, the World Cup tournaments draw took place in Moscow. Moscow is the capital of Russia. And as per this draw that happened on December 1st, 2017, the host country Russia will play the first match of the tournament, and Russia will play Saudi Arabia. It is going to be the opening match of the tournament. Russia will play Saudi Arabia on June 14th, 2018 in Moscow. And the final match will be played 1 month later, that is on July 15th, 2018 at the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. So, first match is going to be played in Moscow and final match will also be played in Moscow. And that stadium, you must remember, that stadium is Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow, will host the final match, or World Cup final match will be hosted by Moscow. And in this 2018 FIFA World Cup, 32 teams participate, and in one of my earlier lectures I said that 4-time FIFA World Cup champion, 4-time World Cup football champion Italy has not qualified for the next year's or for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. That is a stunning news, but 2 newcomers are there. So 2 countries will be making their debut in the FIFA World Cup in June-July 2018. These 2 countries are Iceland and Panama. So Iceland and Panama will play World Cup for the first time. So remember all these points. Which 2 countries are making their debut in 2018 FIFA World Cup? Iceland and Panama. Or which 4-time World Cup champion is not qualified, is out of World Cup football? It is Italy. Or which city will host the final, or which stadium will host the final of the FIFA World Cup tournament? It is Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. Or how many teams will participate in the FIFA 2018 World Cup? 32 teams will participate. Or the opening match will be played between which 2 countries? Russia, the host nation, and Saudi Arabia. Continuing with football, there is one award called Ballon d'Or award. It is a French word. If you translate into English, it will become golden ball. So this Ballon d'Or award is considered as the most prestigious individual honor in world football, and it is given by a French football magazine, and that magazine's name is France Football, which is a weekly magazine in France, and it is considered as a very prestigious award. And this Ballon d'Or award 2017 winner is Portugal star player Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, his nationality is Portugal, whereas in club football he plays for Real Madrid. So Portugal football star player Cristiano Ronaldo won the 2017 Ballon d'Or award, and in fact it is his 5th Ballon d'Or award. That means 5 times Cristiano Ronaldo won Golden Ball award, and he has equaled the record of Argentina's soccer star Lionel Messi, who also won 5 Ballon d'Or awards. So this is absolutely important for your exam. Which star footballer has won the 2017 Ballon d'Or award? Very prestigious award. It is Cristiano Ronaldo, who belongs to Portugal national team. He plays for Portugal national team. From football we will move to hockey. Men's Hockey World League final tournament was played in Bhubaneswar, the capital of Odisha state in India. So very prestigious tournament was played in India in December 2017. It is Men's Hockey World League final tournament. In the final match, Australia defeated Argentina and won the tournament, whereas the hosts India was placed 3rd and India got bronze medal. So remember all these points. Which country won, or which team won the Men's Hockey World League title played in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, India? It is Australia. Runner up is Argentina. Then 3rd place goes to India, or bronze medal is won by India. In fact, it is Australia's 2nd title. So remember all these points. Then one badminton tournament was played during this period, and that tournament is called Tata Open India International Challenge Badminton Tournament, and it was played in Mumbai. In the women's singles title, in the women's singles final, Hyderabadi girl Ritvika Shivani defeated another Indian girl, Riya Mukherjee, and won the women's singles title at the Tata Open India International Challenge Badminton Tournament. So this is very good news for Indians, because this very prestigious tournament is won by an Indian, and her name is Ritvika Shivani. She defeated her compatriot. That means compatriot means a person belonging to the same country. That means she defeated another Indian woman player, Riya Mukherjee, in the final. So Ritvika Shivani is the women's singles title winner. Whereas in the men's section, the title was won by Thailand player, and Thailand player's name is Sittikom Thammassin. So, Thailand's Sittikom Thammassin defeated India's Laksha Sen in the final match and won the men's singles title at the Tata Open India International Challenge played in Mumbai in December 2017. Then finally we move to cricket, and Virat Kohli is in the news for all big reasons. In the third and final test match between India and Sri Lanka, which was played at the Firozshah Kotla Stadium in New Delhi, Virat Kohli scored a double century. Once again, he scored 243 against Sri Lanka in this particular third test match. And in fact, with this 243, Virat Kohli has created a world record. It is his 6th double century as captain. So, this is a world record. Previously, the world record was held by West Indies legendary player Brian Lara, who scored 5 double hundreds in test matches as captain, whereas Indian cricket captain Virat Kohli now scored 6 test double centuries as captain and created a new world record. Not only that, in this particular test match played at the Firozshah Kotla Stadium, New Delhi, he completed 5,000 test runs and he was declared man of the series in this 3-match series between India and Sri Lanka. So, India defeated Sri Lanka and won the test series, and man of the series is Indian cricket captain Virat Kohli. And continuing with this test match, with this victory over Sri Lanka, it is India's 9th successive or 9th consecutive test series win, which is a world record. In fact, India has equaled the record of 2 countries, that is England and Australia, and India became the 3rd country ever to win 9 consecutive test series, which is a world record. In fact, England has done this some 100 years back, whereas Australia has won 9 consecutive test series recently under Ricky Ponting, and now under Virat Kohli, India has won 9 consecutive test series and equaled the world record. And India is touring South Africa in January 2018, and if India wins the test series, then India will be the sole world record holder as far as test series victories, consecutive test series victories is concerned.